The difference between deep copy and shallow copy, one of the most asked Python interview question. So today we will understand shallow copy and deep copy in Python in the simplest way possible. So first let's see what happens when you try to copy a list normally using the equal sign. So we have a variable a and then we are assigning a variable a to b and then we are modifying the variable b. So we are here modifying the variable b and then printing the variable a, and the result is it has changed the variable a also. We only changed variable b, but variable a also got changed. And the reason is when you assign one variable to another, Python did not create a new list. So both a and b are pointing to the same object in memory. So any change in either of them will affect both the variables. So to fix this, we can use a shallow copy. And what is shallow copy? Shallow copy creates a new object but copies references of the nested or inner objects. Changes to nested or inner objects will reflect in the original because they share the same reference. But remember, it creates a new outer object. So for example, to use the shallow copy, we need to import a copy. So we have imported a copy and then we have a variable a which has list of list. So remember, this is the outer list, this is the outer list, but inside this these are the inner list, these are the inner objects which is the inside the this list. So if we will try to change these value, this will affect in both the list, but when if we will change the outer object like the entire list, it will only change in the copies one. So here we are trying to change the outer inner object. So 0th index of b is this and 0 of 0 means this one. So we are trying to replace the 1 with 100 and we are doing these changes in variable b. So let's run it. We are printing the variable a here and you can see it has replaced the 1 with 100. It means it has changed the inner object. Just to show you for outer objects, as I said, it copies the outer object. So any change in outer object will not affect it. So let's say we have added 1 here and let's try to update it. So 0 index of b is 1 and now we are replacing it with 100. So let's run it and now you can see it has not made any changes to the original list. And similarly, if you want to print v here, then you can see it has affected the print v. So remember the definition of shallow copy. Shallow copy creates a new object but copies references of the nested or inner objects. So changes to nested objects will reflect in both original and the copied one because they share the same references, but any changes in the outer object will not affect the original. So this is about the shallow copy. And now deep copy. What is deep copy? Deep copy creates a new object and recursively copies all nested objects. So changes made to the deep copies object do not affect even the original one. So let's see in another example. Hash deep copy, and here let me mention hash shallow copy so that it will be easy to understand. And now again we are importing copy. Again we have the same variable a and b and we are copying copy.deepcopy. Here we are doing the deep copy. So we have copied a into the b and now we are changing the 0th index of 0 of a. So we are trying to change the value of 1 with 100. So let's try to print it. Now you can see it hasn't made any changes to the original list. So let's print b and you will see it has changed in b but it doesn't have made any changes to the original list. So again remember the definition of the deep copy. It creates a new object and recursively copies all the nested objects as well. So changes made to the deep copied object do not affect the original one. So just to remember what shallow copy and deep copy does, for interviews you can remember shallow copy copies only the outer objects. Shallow copy only copies the outer objects, and deep copy copies everything including the nested objects. So if you think about the real life example, think of a file and folder. So shallow copy is when you copy a folder, but you are not copying the files. So just you have copied the folder, but the files inside are still the same original files. But in deep copy, when you copy the folder and you also create new copies of every file inside it, it means it is deep copy. So this is all about the shallow copy and deep copy in Python. And if you like it, don't forget to follow for daily Python tips. Thanks.